I almost always tell myself no now. It has significantly reduced my anxiety and all stress levels for the most part. Hello, and welcome. Thank you to everyone who has joined me here today. I greatly appreciate your time. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. So today I am going to talk about a few reasons why I almost always tell myself no now for almost everything that I want, right? Or crave or whatever, and how it has significantly reduced my anxiety and basically all stress levels for the most part. Truly. Like for me, anyway, So let us get to it right now, okay? Now, these things are, I believe, for me, are very simple, and I'm not necessarily saying they're easy, okay? But they are very simple. And I believe that if anybody tells themselves no in a lot of parts of their life, I feel like they are also going to receive these things too. And by telling myself no, this is what I mean. I mean telling myself no in, for example, going out or partying or eating or being lazy or procrastinating or things that we more so than not, we really just want to do, but our gut feeling is telling us this is not something we should do, but we do it anyway because we want to. We have an urge to because we have a hard time controlling ourselves. And so I noticed that the more I told myself no in things, for example, with food, right? So I fast every week for an entire day, nothing but water and vitamins, but that's about it. And telling myself no for food that entire day from until the entire day is done until the next morning, it has helped me so much because it's helped me build my discipline and willpower. And then also things I, for example, want to do, like, oh, I really just want to scrap this project and I want to go hang out with my friends and family or whatever. But I truly feel like this is something I need to do, and telling myself no, basically telling that urge no. Or when I get an urge, like, I don't want to go to the gym, telling myself, no, I have to go to the gym. The more I've told myself no to all of these small little spontaneous desires that I truly believe would not have helped me in any way, the more I said no to them, the more it's truly helped me become free internally. And there was times when I used to be so reluctant to even meditate. And I told myself, I want to go do something else instead. I want to do something active. No, this is something that I truly believe is going to benefit me because I set an intention. And I truly do believe that whenever we have an intention to do something, we're always going to have cravings in our ego, for example, perhaps telling us, no, go do something else, go do something else. A lot of the time I've noticed that and I've noticed a lot of other people, they cave into that. And the more you tell that part of you no and stay disciplined, the more you're going to actually enjoy your life and feel free. So here are my reasons of why I almost always tell myself no now in these things. First of all, I gained so much more control of myself. I gained so much more control over any of my desires as well as my cravings. I used to be highly addicted to sugar, and I actually do not consume added sugar anymore. I consume fruits, things like that. But telling myself no, for example, in that aspect has gave me so much more control over the things that I eat and over things I want to eat, over things that I need to eat to actually gain nutrients for my body. So gaining control of my cravings and desires truly helped me become so much more free because I'm not mentally dependent on wanting to just succumb to my desires. Like, oh, that candy bar looks delicious. Yeah, of course it looks delicious, but not going to do it. Not denying that it looks absolutely fantastic and it probably tastes mesmerizing, but not going to do it. The more I said no to myself, the more control I gained over my cravings and my desires. And I was controlling them instead of them controlling me. I wouldn't, out of nowhere, just get a craving for something sweet and demand to go eat it, wasting time, wasting money, wasting energy. It has helped me gain control of myself and of that part of me. Number two is I've actually received what I wanted. I gained the goals and the intentions, the things that I wanted, for example, a specific type of body strength from the gym, from going to the gym and staying disciplined at the gym, I've gained exactly what I wanted from that and continuously move on to exactly what I want every time because I stick to it, because I'm disciplined. And even though I don't feel like it sometimes, I still go do it. Obviously, if my body is actually telling me I need to rest, I need to rest. That's completely different than you just changing your mind and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. No, completely different. And the more I have received what I want, the more I've wanted to become more disciplined and actually tell myself no, tell my desires no, tell all these random cravings no, because I know that when I move past them, I'm going to actually receive what I want and what I actually want, what I truly do want. So receiving what I want through those times has truly helped me tell myself no even more, which has made things so much easier. And that was another big thing. I've actually received what I truly wanted because there was nothing pulling me in a million different directions. I hope that that helps some of you too, knowing that when you tell yourself no to those things that are just momentary lapses, instant gratification, the more you tell yourself no with that, the more you'll actually get what you want. Like truly want, like for example, a really good physique, if you want really good health, if you want, to be closer spiritually to God or to the universe or, the creator, whatever you want to call it. If you want to be closer to your family, for example, there's small little lapses in judgment I feel like I've had, and I feel like we all have, that sway us away from what we truly do have an intention to have. The next one is it gave me more time. I have always told myself, I don't have enough time, but the more I told myself no, the more time became available to me. Like I mentioned with the fasting, because I don't need to cook anything all day, because I don't need to eat anything all day. And mind you, I want to make a little disclaimer. I've been doing this for several years, just to put that into perspective. I've been doing that for several years. So I'm not telling everyone, hey, go fast, like right now. No, like you need to start slow and steady if you do choose to do that. But I've been doing this for many years. It's given me extra time to do other things that I want. It's given me time to focus on work and my family and other aspects of life that I truly do want to enjoy more and participate in more. For example, if a person is partying all the time and they tell themselves no, they're going to free up a lot of time to give themselves the rest and the sleep that they need, which therefore will make their bodies function better. Or they're just going to free up time to spend time with their loved ones, some quality time, or some work projects, or whatever, or learning something, or helping themselves grow spiritually, whatever it is that it is. Telling myself no for almost anything like that has given me so much more time. It's allowed me to actually slow down and not be so fast-paced in the majority of my life, which therefore you get to enjoy things more. When you're taking things a little bit slower, I feel like when I take things slower in my life, I actually get to enjoy everything. I get to enjoy everything I'm looking at, everything I'm feeling, everything that is near me and around me. I get to actually stop and smell the roses. It's a saying for a reason, not just a cliche. But yeah, stop and smell the roses. It's given me so much more time to do that. Next is I've become a lot healthier. Just because most of those urges, they're instant gratification. And the less instant gratification I notice that I consumed, the actually healthier I feel. My body, my mind, my emotions, and spiritually, just all together. The quadfecta, if you will. I feel so much healthier and better, and I can actually do things with my body and my mind and my emotions that I never was able to do prior. A good example is working out at the gym. I'm able to lift a lot stronger. I'm able to run a lot longer. I have a lot more endurance. All of that stuff, it does make you healthier. And then my diet has changed. Diets have become better. So the nutrients that I'm receiving are actually so much healthier for me. I have a lot less brain fog. I have a much more clear mind. And I can actually think, because I've noticed that whenever I've eaten garbage, my mind gets so foggy and I get this just brain fog and it feels like I can't even think. I found out for me it was due to the amount of sugars that I was eating, like carbohydrates. Like I found out that my body doesn't do very well with processed like carbohydrates and processed sugars, like most pastas and most breads. Basically like all stuff that has added sugar, my body just doesn't process it well. So after cutting that out, I felt immensely better. mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It just made me feel lighter, if you will. I just feel so much lighter. So yeah, let's actually have that be the next one. So I feel lighter, feel healthier, and I also feel lighter. When I feel lighter, I don't have anything kind of bogging me down, if you will. It's made everything a lot easier for me in my life. Some really good examples are cutting out social media as much as you can, like not scrolling mindlessly through Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, like for hours and hours and hours on end. I've noticed, actually in my last video, I mentioned that I noticed that my anxiety extremely spiked. Cutting that out for the most part, I have so much less anxiety. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. So next one is I have a lot more energy. The more I tell myself no for these things, I have a lot more energy to spend elsewhere on things I truly do believe will help me so much more. I can do a lot more with all of this energy that is just here for me. The less instant gratification, the more I told myself no to it, and the more I shut down all these things, I actually did gain more energy to do anything and everything, to keep going and going and going. And then when I feel I need the rest, I truly do feel internally that I need the rest, and I rest. More energy. Next one is so much less stress. So much less stress. That's mainly because the more I saw myself succumbing to these small instant gratification things, the more I experienced this quick dopamine, and then nothing else in life really brought me enough. And so I experienced a lot more stress. So I was more dependent on it. The more I cut it out and told myself no, much less stress, because I'm actually enjoying other things in my life that are truly, I believe, matter. You know, I truly believe our relationships matter, our friendships matter, our health matters, our body, you know, things like this, they all matter so much. Things we do for other people, things we do for the world. You can't really do that if you're extremely stressed all the time. The more I noticed that I cut out all these instant gratifications and told myself no, I felt so much more at ease and didn't have stress really coming up all too much. All right, so next is I feel and I am so much happier. I actually feel so much happier internally. I actually feel one with my mind, my emotions, my soul, and my body. And I feel like we all sometimes look for that connection with ourselves where we have everything aligned. And I noticed that the more I tell myself no and my ego no, the more I felt aligned. And the more aligned I became, the happier I felt. I just felt so connected, if that makes sense. I felt very whole and very one with everything, very zen, if you will. And then the last one kind of ties into all of them, really. I enjoy life so much more because I'm not listening to this tiny little voice telling me, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, all these cravings for instant gratification. I've noticed that with me telling myself no for these things, I'm able to enjoy other things a million times more. And that's because I'm not constantly feeding myself and feeding my body, feeding my mind and my emotions this immediate gratification, this immediate dopamine. It's very short lasting. And we want it more and more and more constantly. And the more I've noticed I told myself no with these things, I'm actually able to enjoy everything else in my life a million times more because I don't have these cravings in the back of my head telling me that I need to listen to them and that I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this right now, right now, right now. Everything's a lot slower, everything's a lot calmer. And yeah, I enjoy life so much more the more I tell myself no when it comes to these things. That was just kind of the tip of the iceberg of the reasons I tell myself no and how it's reduced my anxiety and increased my happiness tenfold. Reduced my stress, reduced my depression, reduced any kind of neurotic disorders I had. Really, it's just telling myself no to instant gratification. That was a huge majority of me just becoming a lot better, my feeling better, me acting better, my behavior became better. You know, it really changed my life for the better increasingly every single day. Yeah, so those are my 8 reasons of why I almost always tell myself no and how it has extremely increased my happiness and extremely reduced my anxiety and my stress levels and all the unhealthiness that I used to hold inside of me. So I truly do believe that the more you tell yourself no with these things and the more you shut your wants and desires down, like those very sporadic wants, like, oh, I really want this candy bar. I really want this right now. Like the more you shut that instant gratification down, the more you start to build willpower and discipline, and the more that energy starts to go to better areas of life that actually benefit you. So, but that's just my 2 cents. Hope this video has helped in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you tell yourself no in, and let me know what you guys have done to reduce your anxiety and to increase your happiness. I feel like the more we share with one another, the more wisdom we can all gain, and I feel like the better we can all become, right? But thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video.